Nobody do it like that.
Hey! This week's episode is brought to you by Too Cool for These Lame Dudes. Sponsored by Trap or Die Friday Sales. You better get it while they're getting it good. Shout out to the sponsors, man. You feel me? You see these fresh hats, man? They got us out here looking nice, man. Love you to death, man. Love you to death, man. Let's get it, man. Welcome back to another week of Sports Talk Raw with your boy Chrome, where we smoke, we drink, we keep it real, and we tell you how we feel about these sports, you know what I'm saying? This week, we're going to do a review of what just happened this last week in football, you feel me? And then we're going to do another episode for the preview, so stay tuned for that, man. I got my man Scotty J, the analyst, the analytic coach, the motherfucking man with the numbers, Jay in the building, man. Once again, return. First episode was getting a lot of views, so I had to bring him back. And plus, you know what I'm saying? He brings a lot to the table, man. So, you know, we gotta bring that back all the time. Scotty, how you feel, man?
Let's get it. Chrome, good looking out. Thanks for the second invite. We're going to get these numbers. We're going to get these overs, unders. We're going to get it cracking. Let's get it started.
Oh, snap, man. We getting it. Let's go over a couple of review of the last week's, man. We're going to go over some football first, and then we're going to dive into some shit that happened in basketball and some other shit. So before we even dive into the games, man, I want to talk about Roger Goodell right now, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys heard, but this man is asking for an extension. He has 18 months left, though, on his contract. He's asking for an extension, and in his extension, he's asking for private jet for life, health insurance for life, and $50 million salary for the rest of his life. The fuck is wrong with that man, dog?
Ridiculous. For me to be commissioner for the NFL, give me a 20-piece. For real, give me a 20-piece and $100,000. I got y'all.
And we straight, you know what I'm saying? Only nigga tripping is Jerry Jones. And he's tripping because, you know, they trying to put Zeke out, you know what I'm saying? So since they doing that, hell no, that nigga can't get no money on Jerry Jones' watch, you feel me? And plus, Jerry Jones, if he doing something, he got something up his sleeve. So I'd be careful, nigga, if I was you, Roger. But if he really asking for this shit, that nigga done tripped and fell out of his tree, man, for real. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. So let's go ahead and dive into some of these past week's games, man. First, let's go on to that Seahawks Cardinal game, man. That happened on Thursday, man.
Thursday Night Football, that's where it is. You see Big Ben's complaining. Richard Sherman tore his Achilles. Tore him out twice, so I know. Out for the year. Out, like man. The homie T Nutty was saying.
Feel bad for you, man.
No, he tore it. Thursday Night Football.
Ouch. And that final score was 22-16, man. Seahawks got it up there with the W, but they lost Sherman, man. It's gonna be a terrible loss for the season, man. Terrible loss, man. Next game we had going on, man. We had the Packers and the Bears, man. The Packers, they fucking went down to Chicago and won 23-16, man.
Shout out to Brett Hundley. You got that first win.
Hey, shouts out, man. Hey, one of many, hopefully, man. Bring it back. Because is Aaron Rodgers coming back this season?
From what they were saying, all the analysts talking about, he'll be back between week 15 and 17. So what is this week? What is this, week 11 coming up? Got about 4 more weeks to sit them down, seeing where y'all record is. Right now, I believe, what are y'all, 5-4?
5-4.
5-4. My apologies, 5-4. If y'all can get to that 8-win mark, might be tricky to. If y'all can get up to 8 wins, let the man play.
Yeah, and we shall see. Only time will tell. Next game we got going on is the Browns. They lost 24-38, and they lost to the Lions. Now I seen them just they fucked up, man. They had a play at halftime.
Let's talk about it.
15 seconds left.
To go. Right? You at the 2-yard line.
2-yard line, you feel me?
Deshaun Kaiser,
right?
Tried the quarterback sneak it.
But hold on. The play was a running play, and he audibled into the quarterback sneak. Now, that's not even the biggest issue. The biggest issue is after the play, niggas is standing around like, okay, we don't even need to hurry back to the line. Didn't decide to run back to the line with like 2-3 seconds left. Boom. 3 points out the window. I mean, they lost 38-24. Them 3 points might have helped some motivation, you know what I'm saying? Some momentum. But plays like that, man, you ain't never going to win. And that's why you guys still got a 0.
Exactly. And for those of you who did have that over for that first half, you cashed in. But if that Browns would have kicked that field goal would have helped the Browns on that first half.
Definitely would have helped, man. Definitely would have helped.
And now you got that goose egg. And now, since the Lions put 14 points in the second quarter, made it go over.
And 14 points in the fourth quarter. Crazy, man. Y'all got to step it up, man. Next game we got the Steelers and the Colts, man. They won 20-17, but the Colts was up like what, 15-0, 12-0, something. They was up crazy. I was like, oh shit, the Pittsburgh Steelers about to lose to the Colts, and they like that. But then before you know it, points. Pittsburgh then came back, man. 7-2, man. They doing their thing, man.
I like another thing that was crazy to me was Juju Smith and Antonio Brown touchdown celebration failed. That was supposed to be AJ Green and Jalen Ramsey. They were supposed to choke each other out and shake hands, but nobody understood it. It was an epic fail. But y'all got that win though, 20-17.
Hey, I actually missed that one. Or that would have been something I talked about from the jump. Terrible. That shit sounds like it failed. And speaking of celebrations, though, matter of fact, did y'all see that the Canadian players out there in the Canadian Football League? Now they killed it, man. They grabbed it was 4 dudes. 2 dudes grabbed another dude, lifted him up, and another dude limboed under him.
Limbo.
You feel me, man? Hey,
what
NFL, step it up. You letting the Canadians dish you, man? I know Drake is dope and all, nigga, but damn, man. Next game we got going on is the Chargers and the Jaguars. Chargers lost 17-20, man. I keep telling people about Jacksonville, man. There's a sleeper team. They're tied for 3rd in the AFC for the top 3 teams. You know what I'm saying? They're tied with like 2-3 other teams, man. But the Jacksonville Jaguars, their defense is something crazy, man. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, don't be surprised if they go somewhere in the playoffs. I ain't saying they go to the bowl or nothing like that, but they could because defense wins championships. You feel me?
Phillip Rivers. That's all we can say. Phillip Rivers, is it time? Or who knows? When they had the chance to, Jaguars should have pulled that trigger for Eli. That would have made it a big difference. Peyton?
For who Eli? Oh,
Eli. It would have been Eli. They was trying to get a trade going between Jacksonville and New York.
If they'd have got Eli without giving them defensive pieces, oh man, they could be in the money. But you know what? Blake Bortles ain't that bad.
He's all right.
He all right, man.
Central Florida kid.
And sometimes
they've been patient with him, so which is good right now.
Look, man, I seen Brad Johnson win a Super Bowl. Blake Bortles, you can do that shit with the defense. Trust me, man. Trust me. Next game we got coming up. Oh man, I didn't see this one coming. I should have seen it coming, but I didn't see it coming this bad. Was the Saints against the Bills, man? They went out to Buffalo and beat them 47-10. Ouch, man. I thought the Bills' defense was better than that. And at home, I know the Saints are on a roll, and the Saints are the first team since the Cowboys in 93 to go 0-2 and then win 7 straight games, man. This is crazy, dog. Saints?
The Saints, 47-10. The same thing. If you looked at it from the whole game perspective, in the second half, the Saints ran the ball 26 straight times to start off the second half.
Damn, and they scored 4 rushing touchdowns?
They had 4 rushing touchdowns. They scored every possession in the second half. Every possession in the second half. 26 straight runs.
Wow.
This is coming from the guy who thought Drew Brees can throw for 6,000 yards. So,
hey, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, watch out for these everlasting Benjamin Button type moms, because I promise you, man, they just keep getting younger by the day and getting more yards and more yards and more yards, man. Next game we got coming up, this squad, them Bucks finally done came out and got a W, man. They won 15-10. They got hella field goals. You feel me? Beat the Jets, you know what I mean? But maybe it's a step in the right direction. We need it, you know what I'm saying? The season ain't over, but we ain't trying to be no lottery team, you know what I'm saying? That shit's old, you know what I'm saying? We can get them W's, but for now, my suggestion to them is keep Jameis out still. You know, let his shoulder get straight. You ain't trying to hurt nobody for the rest of their career. Let them heal up. Fitzpatrick, you really ain't that tight, but nigga, if you can just keep on squeaking us out with some W's, I'll fuck with you.
The Revenge Bowl, that's what I call it. McCown, who played for the Bucks.
Right, McCown did play for the Bucks.
Who played for the Jets. It was the Revenge Bowl game. That's what I called it. 15-10, the Bucks did pull that win out. Deshaun Jackson, where you been?
Hey.
That's just the biggest question this year.
He had a couple catches.
Did he? Okay.
He had a couple catches, man.
Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, he had a couple catches out there, man. You know what I'm saying? He had a couple catches out there. Matter of fact, I'm going to dive in one time.
Let's dive into it.
Let's dive into it one time, man. You know what I'm saying?
The Revenge Bowl.
Deshaun Jackson actually had 6 receptions for 82 yards.
Okay.
Averaged about 13.7 yards a catch, you know what I'm saying?
Deshaun.
So he out there, he did his thing, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to show up a little bit, but we need you a lot more. We need Evans. We need y'all niggas to get y'all shit together. You dig? Next game we got is the Minnesota Vikings against the Redskins. They won 38-30, man. Minnesota went in there and beat the Washington at home 38-30, to 30,
38
man.
to 30. Case Keenum.
Hey, man, Casey, and he's 5-0.
Casey Keenum.
Hey, didn't I tell you about? I told you on the last couple shows. Hey, don't worry about Sam Bradford until Teddy's ready. Leave Casey Keenum in there. He done got nothing but W's. If it ain't broke, then don't fix it, man. Come on, man. You know how it goes. Easy, man. Kirk Cousins, fuck you, homie. Ever since you said, how you like that? Is that what you said? That was against the Bucks. I don't like it.
That was the statement game.
I don't like that shit.
Hey, Vikings, if the Vikings can get their defense together, be on the lookout. Sneak team in the NFC.
Be on the lookout for that, man. Next game we got coming up, Cincinnati Bengals going against the Tennessee Titans, man. The Bengals went there and caught a loss, 20-24, man. Tennessee doing their thing up there. They're another team, 6-3. That's one of the teams I was talking about that was tied up with the Jacksonville Jaguars for one of the top 3 teams in the NFC. But it's AFC. But there's 3 teams tied up for third place, so it can't be top 3. That sounds kind of weird when there's 3 teams tied up for third.
It's still the same.
First
is first, second.
And then third is 3.
Third is 3.
Third is 3.
That's true.
We'll take it there,
Same
man.
thing. Tennessee, they getting their balance right. Mariota's there. They got Derrick Henry. They got DeMarco Murray running the ball a little bit more. Icing up that clock, ticking it out. Is this the end of Marvin Lewis era? It could be. They are 3-6.
Man, they've been talking about it forever, man. And they've been not wanting to pull the trigger, but now that he ain't making the playoffs, it's one thing of making the playoffs and not be able to make it over the hump in the playoffs, but not making it to the playoffs. Yeah, it's looking bad.
I think this is it. AJ Green last week, 1 reception, 9 yards. Him and Jalen Ramsey got into it. I think that was the tip of the iceberg. The Marvin Lewis era, 18 years in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think I might have to be with them on this one, man. I think I highly agree with them on this one, man. Next game we got coming up, the Houston Texans. Damn, nigga, and I ain't even blazed one yet. I'm just off the drink. I got to roll one still. Houston Texans, they went against the LA Rams, man. They got their ass whooped 7-33, man. The Rams are on a roll right now, man. They out there doing their thing. Hey, shout out to Jared Goff, man. You on my fantasy football team doing things for your boy out there, man. I appreciate you, man. Got me out there tied for second place, nigga, with 3 other niggas, man. What is niggas with ties with 3 other niggas? And shit is crazy right now, man. But the Rams out there doing their thing, man.
I like it. Rams 7-2. For those of you who would have had the show earlier in the year, my pick for the over-unders was the Rams at plus 135 over under 5 wins. Should have took it. They at 7-2 right now. They still averaging 34 points a game.
Yeah.
They just put up 33 against the Texans. Mm-hmm. Even though people are saying, "Oh, they didn't have J.J. Watt. Their defense is still what it's not was at one point." But they're still the Rams. Sammy Watkins, great pickup.
Great pickup with Todd Gurley, and you got the trifecta. You got a quarterback, you got a receiver, and you got a running back, man. Your offense should be clicking and rolling, and there should be no excuses, man.
Not trying to compare it, but they kind of remind me of these early '90 teams from the Dallas Cowboys. Aikman, Smith, and Irvin. That's what they kind of reminded me of. The way that they running this ball, going over the middle. All they need is a tight end now. They get a tight end like a Jay Novacek.
It's something. Something's happening.
There's gonna be problems.
Problems. Next game we got, and we're gonna talk about this one for a second, man. The Dallas Cowboys went down to Atlanta and got smacked 7-27, man. And I know if you guys didn't see it out there, man, Adrian Claiborne was looking like a creative player, man. It was awful, man. This dude had 6 sacks, man. And this is what I want to ask, you know what I'm saying? And Scotty, you can tell me, man. Hopefully you got some answers. Was it the player's fault because it was a backup? You know, and then after he got let up 4 sacks, then they put the backup at the backup, and he gave up 2 sacks. Was it the coach's fault for not sending the running back over there to help block, chip, and double team that at least some of the time? Or was it Zeke's fault for not being there and them not having a really running game? But when they gave the ball to what's his name who's running the ball?
Morris.
When they gave the ball to Morris,
if I'm right, yeah,
he was getting yards. Even though it was in the second half, he still was getting yards. I don't see why they didn't keep giving him the ball, but. Man, that was epic, man. He set some records with that, man. That was crazy, dog.
6 sacks in one game, Chrome. I think you're right. It's some of both. They should have chip blocked him. They should have had Dak in the shotgun a little bit more. At least after the game, they interviewed Claiborne. He said, "I only got one move." So that was his thing. I only got one move. But here's another stat, too, that Mr. J. Cash gave me that I did do some research on. You know when Sean Lee hurt his hamstring, second play of the game. Devontae Freeman got a concussion, first drive of the game. When Sean Lee does not play 20-plus snaps, they are 1-23, I believe, if I'm right. They do not. They have a plus-minus of minus 9.75 when Sean Lee does not play 20-plus snaps.
You hear that?
So take that one into effect.
Sean Lee ain't on the field. You might not want to put your money on the Cowboys. He was there all season last season.
Towards ACL last year.
And they lost those. That's when they lost 2-3 games. Ain't that about a bitch? That's crazy, man. 2
ACL tears in 3 years.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, next game we got coming up, New York Giants, 1-8, lost 21-31 to the now 1-9 49ers. They finally got their first W.
Shout out to those Niners for getting down.
Jimmy Garoppolo just showed up and they can start getting dubs. He didn't even start playing and he got a dub, man.
Like that winner of the toilet bowl, as we called it on Sunday.
Shout out Ness, you know what I'm saying? Y'all finally got one.
Yes, we got one over here, son.
Finally got one, man.
Don't forget Jimmy Garoppolo. You heard it here first. He will be playing in 2 weeks after our bye week. You heard it here first. Jimmy Garoppolo will be the starting quarterback in 2 weeks.
Damn, man. They going to just throw the cracker out, man. Life is cold.
Exactly.
It's a cold world.
After Beathard last week just threw 50-plus times, and this week he threw 35-plus times.
Ran for a touchdown and everything.
And ran for a touchdown.
Man.
31-21.
NFL, man. Remember, that shit's a business.
Not for long.
It's a business. Niggas should almost wear a suit and tie under their jersey because it's a business still. Next game we got coming up, New England Patriots. They won 41-16, man. They went and beat the Denver Broncos at their house, man. Tom Brady, like I said, still out there doing his thing, man. They're putting up touchdowns and points every quarter. That's the Patriots, man. Niggas is like used to it. Like it's almost like you would expect nothing less, and it's some bullshit. But that's what you've been getting for the last decade, man. And it's called consistency, man. And no matter how bad you hate them, shit, the facts are facts. And them niggas is doing their thing, man. So, not even shout out to the Patriots. But shout out to the homie Pat. He's a Patriot fan. Now, I fuck with it though. Tom Brady, that shit expensive as a motherfucker. Last but not least, on the football, man. Last game, we had the Dolphins against the Carolina Panthers, man. They lost 21-45, man. The Panthers are now 7-3, man. Talk about the top 3 football teams before we go somewhere though, man. The Panthers are tied up with the Saints are 7-2, so it's the Panthers.
Yeah.
The Saints and the Eagles.
Panthers, Saints,
Top
Eagles.
3 teams in the NFC.
And the NFC, and don't forget the Rams too.
Yeah,
Rams
don't forget.
also there.
Yeah, but Rams are in the.
But they also
NFC.
in the NFC West.
Oh, NFC West.
Yeah, NFC West.
Oh,
but as far
I
as the top
forgot.
teams in the NFC.
Oh no, the Rams, because the Rams are 7-2. So let's knock out the Panthers.
Yeah.
Top 3 teams are the motherfucking Rams.
Yes.
The Saints. And the Eagles. Out of those 3 teams, who gives the Eagles the more of a run for the money? You think the Saints? Or you think the...
I think as far as keeping up with the
Or do you
scoring,
think it's another team?
I got to go right now. Streets is streets. You got to go with New Orleans.
Saints, yeah.
I got to go with New Orleans right now. They can keep...
The Rams is on the street too.
They scoring, though. Experience. I'll take Drew Brees over
and their defense is good now. They're popping, man.
They're working.
It is what's hot now. Okay.
They are working. But speaking of this Panthers and Dolphins game, the second half of this game also, do not forget, the Panthers scored on every possession of the second half except the last possession when they were down at the 11-yard line and nailed it. So everybody who had it at 24.5, go Panthers.
Go Panthers.
The end game was 24.5.
And when we talk about the top 3 NFC teams, we might as well talk about the top 3 AFC teams, which are the Patriots, 7-2, Steelers, 7-2. And like I told you about those teams tied up for 6-3, those are the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Tennessee Titans, and the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? We ain't mentioned nothing about them because they had a bye week, man.
They had a bye week. Yep,
but out of those teams we mentioned, who do you think will give the Patriots? Because the Steelers look like they're more vulnerable than the Patriots
they
are.
Looking like,
so out of all those teams, who do you think will give the Patriots the run for their money right now?
I can see it right now.
Steelers,
Patriots and Steelers. I see it again. The AFC Championship.
Listen, man. I know it sounds crazy. Jacksonville will give Patriots a run for their money right now.
Ooh.
It sounds crazy.
Sleeper pick.
But I'm telling you, man, you hear it here first. I don't act like you didn't. I'm trying to tell you, and I'm a Bucs fan. You see it, but I see what I know, and I know what I see.
I like it.
It
does. It sounds good.
Yeah,
It really
I'm
sounds
telling you.
good. But right now, Pittsburgh, I think they rolling on all cylinders. Playoffs. Big Ben was contemplating retirement. Had the dead arm earlier in the year. I threw 5 interceptions against the Jacksonville Jaguars, I believe. I don't know if I'm going to give it up. I don't know if I'm going to stay. But now,
Can't really
Got
trust
this
him.
new energy. You
And
can't trust him.
And speaking of somebody that said they was hurt, Marcellus Bennett.
Bennett. What happened with that one?
Okay, so he was supposed to be hurt. I'm going to go to surgery. The Packers let him go. Now the nigga's playing for the Patriots.
It cost some
Catching balls and shit
on
running down the
Sunday.
field. They get
Still farming catch.
6 catches or 3 catches, something like that, for 38 yards or something like that. But you went from surgery, right? Patriots, they always know what they doing, man. They know what they doing. Patriots know damn it, they always find new ways to cheat. Martell's Bennett, you with it too. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna get another ring.
I'm
Nigga,
gonna get paid.
I ain't mad at you, man. Do your thing, man. But hey, obviously, he was there once, so obviously he likes being there.
So he knows it. Him and Tom Brady.
It is what it
They
is,
know
man. It is what it is, man. Well, check it, man. That was this week's review of what just happened last week in football. We about to hit you with a preview of this next week coming up. It's going to be with my boy Jay Cash, but actually, since my man's in the building, I'm going to have him write down some of the over and unders. So before we go out, next week's special segment, is going to be something for the bettors. If you out there betting some money, this next one's for you, man. So make sure that you watch the preview this next week coming up with my boy Jay Cash. Yada da hung, yada da.
Get them, and then also while Carmen's shooting that out, I just got to shoot you a few other numbers. Over-unders for the NFL Week 10. 40% of the games went over. Remember, 40% of the games went over this past week. 6 degrees of separation. I'm going to give it to you really fast. Jonathan Williams, the former Carolina Panthers running back and Pittsburgh Steelers running back, he is actually getting ready to sign with the Saints this week again.
Damn.
Jonathan Williams, former running back from the Carolina Panthers and from the Pittsburgh Steelers, is signing with the New Orleans Saints this week. That's my 6 degrees of separation. Also, big win for Miami in NCAA football.
Oh, yeah.
41-8 against Notre Dame.
The
41-8, the U. I think they are back. That's what they're saying. Also, one of the best games that I did see in college football this week, it was an early game, a 9 a.m. game. Oklahoma State versus Iowa State was a hell of a game.
Yeah.
49-42, Oklahoma State. Also, one of the best things that I did see in the NBA Saturday, happy belated Veterans Day.
Oh.
My brother is a veteran. Timberwolves against the
Shout out, Lenny.
Suns. The Timberwolves versus the Suns. Timberwolves was 110, Suns was 118. Devin Booker had 35 points. Again, Devin Booker had 35 points. You heard it here first for somebody who's been around basketball 30-plus years. In the next 5 years, he will be the purest scorer in the league. I'm calling him right now Carmelo 2.0. All he does is score. This is all that he's going to do. Within the next 5 years, Devin Booker
De'Aaron Fox.
will
De'Aaron
be
Fox. That's what
the
it means.
purest scorer
De'Aaron
in the league.
Fox.
He is Carmelo 2.0. You heard it here first in 2017. Trust me.
Well, keep
It's
your
not
eyes
just-
open in 2022, nigga. Don't be sleeping. But hold on, while we on the NBA,
Let's get it.
did you hear what LeBron said? LeBron talking about what he was talking about Phil Jackson, Cantor. He
Yes.
wasn't really dissing Dennis Smith Jr., but
He worked out with the kid.
Yeah, man.
You know, Dennis Smith Jr., LeBron said he's known him since high school. Dennis
Yeah.
Smith Jr. Was the 9th overall pick. He went to NC State. He knew he was a one and done. He works out with LeBron.
and stay for
In
the
the
people,
season,
just in
and
case
in the
y'all missed it. What
offseason.
exactly did LeBron say, man?
It is cancer. What happened was LeBron dunked it middle of the third quarter. Nikolai, there's 8th pick overall.
Right.
Bumped into LeBron. LeBron bumped him. LeBron a big dude.
He
I
is.
just realized it.
No,
I've been
I've
knowing
been
that.
knew it.
I've been knowing that.
I've
But
been knew
hey,
it.
he was
LeBron's
flexing and
hella big.
stuff. So Ennis Cantor came over. They was beard on beard.
Right. I don't like
Looking
that
at
shit.
each other after the game. Ennis Cantor said something about he's the
I know, king, queen.
He said he's a
and
king,
LeBron was
right?
like, yeah, I gotta keep my wife's the queen, my daughter's a princess,
Princess,
and I'm
and
the
I'm the
king. And we
king.
got all 3 of them covered.
Yup.
Crazy,
Get
man.
him, LeBron.
Hey, man, do your thing out there, man. Just make sure you go to the Eastern Conference because then Kyrie and them niggas are looking deadly. And with Gordon Hayward, man, if he was there, Celtics look scary, man.
Killer.
For the future,
Killer.
when LeBron's done, because them niggas is young.
They are the future of the East.
They might be,
We putting
like-
it there right now. The future of the East.
Man, that shit-
LeBron's done.
It looks crazy, man. It
It
looks
does.
mad
It really does.
crazy, man.
But like Jay Cap said earlier, y'all woke LeBron up. Do not wake that dude up like that. You down, 23 in the fourth? And y'all scored 42 points in the fourth? to get that 104-101 win. For those of you that are wondering what we're talking about, we're just going around everything that happened yesterday, which was Monday night.
And that was
in the NBA.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
And that was the Cleveland Cavaliers against the New York Knicks.
Crazy
the Knicks
game.
was up pretty much 23 points in the fourth quarter.
23 points.
The Cavs scored 42 points to get the 104.
Kyle Korver was out there wetting them up. That nigga scored 19 of his 21 points in the fourth quarter. 3 3-pointers and went 4 from 4 from the free throw line, man. He's out there balling, man. But LeBron set him up, and that's what he was supposed to do. So I give the credit to LeBron. I mean, good shooting, Kyle Korver. I shouted you out, my nigga, but LeBron, good assist, my nigga.
Yep. Also, one last thing before we head up out of here. College basketball, I know we just starting the previews.
The Rebels balled on them niggas the other night.
Rebels did ball. Also, I know it's early November. Be on the lookout for this team. You heard it here first. Georgia Southern. You heard it here first. Georgia Southern. They beat Georgia Tech last Saturday. They have the best, and you heard it here first, the best combo guards in America. Better than Kentucky. Better than Duke. Better than SC. They have
better
2 guards.
UNLV?
Better than UNLV. They have 2 guards down there. If you can Google these names. Tukey Brown. Yes, his name is Tukey Brown and Ike Smith. Again, Georgia Southern.
Look, that's
they are going to give you hell again.
Tukey Brown,
and
Ike.
Tukey and Ike.
Forget the last names. Tukey and Ike.
Not Mike and Ike.
Do you really want problems with Tukey or Ike?
They are the best combo guards.
Sounds like
in
an
America.
unpleasant
Again,
time.
Georgia Southern, the best combo guards in America. Tukey Brown and Ike Smith.
You heard it here first, fellas. Ladies and gents, you heard it here first, man. Well, thank you for coming through, Scotty, my man. Always. That was another episode of Sports Talk Raw with your boy Chrome. We dived into this so deep that I didn't even give a chance to roll nothing or blow nothing, but don't even trip. As always, another day, another time for that and the next show, which I will for sure. But until then, holla at your boy, man. And you know who this shit was brought to you by. We ain't gonna even do the sign right now because we got the dope ass hats, man. You feel me? One more time, man. This week, every week, show is brought to you by Too Cool for These Lame Dudes. Sponsored by Trap or Die Friday Sales. You better get it while they getting this good. I told you and I'm going to tell you always, man. Get it in. Bam, bam, bam!
The flow is pure, put it simply. So get a full cup of this and drink it till it's empty. You ain't noticed that you messing with one of the dope